Welcome back to Authors on the Air. This is our Bouchercon edition, and I'm so excited to have with me the location coordinator extraordinaire, Kim Keeline. Kim, welcome.
Thank you, Pam. I'm thrilled to be here. By the way, I love that opening. Every time it plays, it's like, that is so classy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have to give credit to Robert Gregory Brown, who produced the video and just modified the music a little bit. And I really like it a lot. I had a lot of compliments on it. So thank you. That means a
It's
lot to me.
nice. It was playing, and I'm like, gosh, that's even better than I remember it. That's
Yeah.
nice.
We added the saxophone. So thank
Oh,
you.
is that what it was?
So are you going, it's almost here?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it really hit home about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago when I did my last site visit to the hotel and I stayed overnight and I kind of went, oh my God, the next time I am back at this location, everyone else will be here. And
1,600 people will be there.
yeah, because we are at 1665, I think, today.
Wow.
So
That's a huge
it's,
conference.
as I keep saying, it's 1600 plus of my closest friends coming to party with
Absolutely.
me.
Absolutely. So this is a really important question. I need to know, what is the weather like in San Diego?
It should be warm. Um,
What is warm? Because I live in Fort Myers. It's 100 degrees every day.
okay, well, where I'm living, which is inland in Southern California, currently 100 to 112. Um, if we get our typical weather that we get at the end of August, beginning of September, anytime you get away from the coast, it's definitely in the 90s to 100s. But on the coast, if we are lucky, we will be getting the onshore breeze, and that should keep it down to a much more comfortable, oh, 80-ish, 90-ish.
Oh, oh, 90? Really in San Diego? Boy, it sure is climate change. Because
I mean,
usually
maybe, probably
it's in
on
the
the coast.
70s year round most of the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would think probably 80-ish, unless the Santa Anas hit while you're there, in which case you're getting not the lovely coastal air, but the desert air, and then it does go up.
Oh,
But
well,
no, and
we're
I
going to pray
mean,
we don't get that.
I would say where, things that are comfortable for warm weather, but for inside with the air conditioners running, or in the evenings and mornings because of the coastal winds, light cardigans, you know,
I'm from Florida. I don't own a sweater, so
yeah. So,
I may have
I
to
mean, it
break
should
down
be
and go buy
beautiful.
one.
We're setting up an outdoor pop-up bar on our terrace
Oh,
so that
wonderful.
you can be outside. During the day, it'll have umbrellas, and at night, we're just expecting that it'll be nice and cool for people who wanna get out of the heat, because they'll have the onshore breeze from the ocean, and you'll be right there on the water, and it'll be beautiful.
So tell me more about the location. And I know you've gone and you've stayed there. You've taken pictures from right into the bay, and it's so gorgeous. And I'm so envious every time I see you. But I want to know more about the venue and how the the actual conference rooms are laid out. And so
Right.
on the main level, I think is where everything starts. That's your registration, the media rooms, everything else. So tell me what else we should know.
Okay, when you go into the lobby, the main entrance, you go to the right, there's the North Tower, and basically we've taken over that whole floor of the North Tower. So if you keep walking around, you get to the big foyer, which has these huge, big open windows, this big open space in front of the grand ballroom. The grand ballroom, half of it is taken up by the salons for our panels, rooms 1 through 6, and then seven, sort of a hallway down to six, and then eight through, I don't know what it is, 15, 16 is our big ballroom where we'll be doing special events and things like that, our opening ceremonies, for instance. And the foyers where the registration will be, where we'll have tables giving you information about things like Sisters in Crime, and those places they'll have little setup info. We'll have a pop-up bar there in the evenings. There's tables to sit in there in the foyer, and then it's just around the corner from the terrace where there's more pop-up bar, more seating. There's seating all over the hallways. This place is great in that it has lots of places for you to sit down and sort of chat with your friends. I've seen some hotels where they put nothing out, where you can't find
Right,
a place to sit and people are like on the floor.
right.
This place has tables, it has chairs, it has a big long area for plugging in your computer and sitting
Oh,
down
that's
and in
good.
the hallway. So
Oh, good.
so that's useful. we'll have the book bazaar around the corner. In the San Diego ballroom, which is sort of next to it, that'll be where our book room is, our signings, our hospitality suite, which we have publishers taking over twice a day to give us snacks and also to do potentially signings and events and little
So fun.
he's giving away free books in the
Great.
hospitality suite. Um, so we've got all this stuff going on. Of course, we've got a media room where authors on the air will be, and they'll be there on that floor. We've got 2 author spotlight rooms, and those will be announced very soon, and you'll get a list of those people. They'll basically be 2 rooms, uh, twice an hour, 20-minute sessions with an author or maybe a small group of authors who decided to get together and do something. A
Well,
mini
I want to just let
game.
it be known, because you and I have discussed this. We will have probably up to 10 hosts from our network there who'll be doing interviews all day long. Somebody will be in the media room all day long. Usually it's me, except I get to moderate 2 panels on Thursday. I'm so excited about that. I have to say thank you very much. I'm doing the liars panel on Thursday. I can't wait.
That's a
But
good panel.
just so that everybody is welcome to go in, and we're doing interviews on the spot, and we'll have a sign tell you who's there, and hopefully everybody comes, because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun when
Oh,
all the authors start to talk together and everything. So, Kim,
mhm.
what's new since the last time we spoke to you? I know that
Oh,
I just got an email with the voting guide in there.
yes.
So, when do we vote on the awards?
Okay, so a couple things going on. So
Okay.
I did forget to mention there's a few things downstairs.
Oh,
There's a Pacific Ballroom. That's where the underrepresented authors reception is going to be. The Noir at the Bar. So we have a special ballroom downstairs
oh,
that,
good.
that gives us a little more space, and that'll be lovely. But most of the stuff's on the one floor, which I think works out. And there are escalators and ramps, so
Oh,
mobility
good.
people, don't worry, you don't have to go up and down steps. Now,
So wait a minute. The other
yeah.
hotel is right next door. The Overflow Hotel is
Well, the
right next
Overflow Hotel, well, next door in that the convention center is between them.
door. Okay. And
So,
just for those who want to know, do the hotels have a shuttle from the airport to the hotels?
ours does not, and I don't believe the Hilton does either, but it's 7 minutes away.
Okay.
So, an
You
easy,
Uber.
quick Lyft, an Uber. There
Yeah.
are taxis. There's a
Okay.
bus
Okay.
that'll go down that street. It's literally on the same street.
Oh, good. I
So
love
it's
buses.
close
That's how I
by.
that's how I get around in New York, is by bus. I love that.
Yeah, so there's lots of options.
Oh,
I'd say
good.
the only thing, San Diego's kind of weird. We have a lovely trolley. It stops right in front of the hotel, but that trolley doesn't go to the airport. Bizarre. They've
Yes.
been arguing about that for like 15 years. They keep saying it's going to eventually happen. So you can't take that sort of mass transit, unfortunately. But it's really close by. It should be a fairly inexpensive, you know,
It sounds
um,
like it.
ride share thing.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like it.
so
So,
and in
I'm sorry.
between, it's nice, flat, beautiful, either in front of the convention center or behind it, up against the water. Nice flat sidewalk going straight down.
Good.
So it should be pretty easy.
And
And then
for
once we're there, like I said, we've got a big space.
our guests who are handicapped in some way, they have a physical challenge. I'm sure that this hotel has met all the needs for those who are in walkers, wheelchairs, or whatever.
Yeah, we made sure that there's ramps and escalators and elevators to anything. I definitely double checked all that. I was very conscious of the fact. I mean, I was at a different convention and fell down and banged up my knee so bad I could barely walk. I understand. Um, we made sure that they would, offer ADA rooms if necessary and
Oh,
things like
good.
that. So yeah. And you
Oh,
had asked
thank
me earlier
you.
about voting. By the way, all the people with full registrations, they can vote on the Anthony's, and you can start voting um, basically after you get checked in and through Saturday afternoon. And then we stop so that we have a chance to find out who won. And
Tabulate,
Saturday
right.
evening is the awards ceremony. So there's a banquet that's already sold out, but you don't need to have a banquet ticket to come to the auction and the awards ceremony afterwards. So there'll be seats available for those people to come in and join us starting at 8:30.
Oh, good. So, are the ballots digital?
They will be digital this year, but
I
you
think
have to
that's
be
great. Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And if you're having difficulty, there's someone who'll be sitting there with an iPad and will literally go through the process with you.
yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the fact that you're like, oh, I'm not, I don't have equipment with me or I'm not technologically able. That's okay. There'll be a person sitting there going, here, take this iPad and oh, you're not comfortable. Let me help you
There
do
you
this.
go. And that's, I think, a really good thing because a lot of people that attend may not be tech savvy. And so that's fantastic.
Or they want
But
to
just
pack light so they don't have their stuff with them. I understand.
right. Well, for those of you who are listening, you can go to Bouchercon website, and all this information is there for you, and it'll tell you about who's up for the Anthony's and various other things.
And the voting guide that just came out was actually not about the Anthonys because,
Right.
obviously that info's been out. But on Saturday, we have what's called the membership meeting.
Right.
And if you are there, you're a member. That's
Right.
one of the things about Bouchercon. And
It's
you also
nice.
have a say in the future of Bouchercon. And we want people there. So we will be having the voting on the next people on the board. We will be having information about what's been happening and what's going to be happening on Bouchercon. And of course, they'll be also voting on bylaw changes, which we
Bylaw
want
changes. Right.
people to be there and to have a say in that. And then also on 2027's location. So we have a person who's put in a bid
For
saying this is what we
Washington,
would like to
D.C.
do.
I love that place. So that would be a really cool place to go.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's wonderful that I mean we do this. The membership decides, are we
Yes.
going to go to a location?
Yes.
And
I think it's great. I'm excited about it and I can't wait to go. But I want to stress to everybody, please go. And I know it sounds like your vote doesn't matter, but really, you're the only ones whose votes actually matter.
yes,
VoucherCon does not function without its members, and it
absolutely.
is geared to membership needs. So please don't skip this and say, "Oh, it's no big deal. I don't want to sit around listening to it."
And we're
It
going to
really
provide lunch.
There you go. You're doing lunch on a Saturday when everybody else is going to be out there. You want to be there. It's nice, and I urge everyone to go. It's really important stuff. So tell me what's new in programming
Oh,
for you.
well. Since the
Yeah,
last time I talked, we actually put out the panels, which obviously was a huge big deal.
sure.
There's 125 plus panels. So 21 slots, 6 rooms, but then a few extras that are going to be like in the ballroom occasionally. And that's on top of the spotlights. That's on top of the evening entertainment. That's on top of, I mean, there's tons of stuff happening. Um, and we tried to get everyone in a good space. Obviously, that's not easy considering we have so many authors who are coming.
Yes,
Everyone wants more than one spot if they can get it.
sure. Sure. But I think I looked at the panels and, I'm glad they're not cutesy names. They are really tell you what's going on the panels and the guests, the panelists seem to be well qualified. I mean, I
Thank
couldn't
you.
look at every single one of them. Obviously, I had to look at the ones I was moderating and I was very happy with those. and my panelists seem pretty excited too, because we've been communicating about all that.
You're a
So
good moderator. You're contacting them and getting in touch. That's part of the
immediately, as
job.
soon as you assigned them to me, I immediately did. So thank you very much. And I have to tell you something about. I said, can you give me like a brief bio? And in a writer's word, there's no such thing as brief.
I know.
So I'm going to hand out pieces of paper that have all of my panelists' bio and website on it, and that way I don't have to read a long thing at the beginning.
Good.
Guests are just going to have it right there.
Yeah, because the whole point is that when you've got those people up there, the sooner we can get to the content, the
Exactly.
better. And if they
Exactly.
did their job, they got their bio in early enough to get it in the program.
Right.
I can say some people didn't. So definitely the bio list is never completed a program because people don't send stuff in time.
Yeah,
but we do what we can.
we do.
Um,
So
but
let's
it's
talk
North
about some of
Florida.
the highlight programs. I want to know
Okay,
some besides the panels because those are going to be fun anyway.
right.
And boy, do guests have a variety to choose from. I mean, there's something for everyone there. So, what are the special things going on that you've got?
Things. Well, in the evenings, obviously, there's some really exciting things. On Wednesday evening, even, we start with two great programs. One, there's a local group called Write Out Loud, and they do what I would call story theater, readers theater. So they're professional actors. They'll be reading mystery and suspense short stories. Um, they're really good. They've done this, professionally for years in San Diego. They're well known, and so they'll be there. Followed immediately by Ellen Byron's bringing something she's been talking about for years called Cozies and Cocktails.
I saw that and
Basically,
I was talking to Ellen about that. So we're
yes,
going
I
to do a
saw.
little video with her too. So that's fun.
Yeah.
You have lots of different things planned for each night. And of course,
Yes.
all the guests of honor who we've had the pleasure of speaking to and interviewing.
Oh, yeah. The guest of
Um,
honor interviews are going to be amazing. And of
yes,
course, this Sunday, we do a whole guest of honor panel where they get some time to talk again together, which should be fun because
it'll
some of
be a
these
lot of
people,
fun.
it's like,
And of
they'll have
course,
already,
Naomi is your
oh, yeah,
hostess, your
so amazing.
toastmistress, and she's going to be lots of fun too.
Yeah, and she's doing that. She's got her own panel on Southern California history, um, people who write about that. She's also doing a fun little improv thing on Sunday morning with some authors who've agreed to, and I don't even know exactly what they're doing, but it just sounded like so much fun. I was like, yeah, we can fit you in.
There you go.
Um, we've got, of course, two liars panels because everyone loves the liars panels where authors come in and tell you a little story about themselves, but it may not be true, and you've got to decide if it is. So those are fun. We've got some fun things like, people who are bringing in little scenes and they read. So we've got a panel for readers talking about blogs and reviews and book clubs. We've got a librarians panel. We've got a couple industry panels where you can hear agents and publishers and
Oh, that's nice.
editors and those people talk.
And
We've
what
got
about offsite? I know you have, there's so much going on site, but you have a few things going off site too, don't you?
Yeah, we're doing a special Saturday morning program because this year, in addition to our guests of honor, we have two ghosts of honor, which is, of course, Carolyn Keene and Franklin W. Dixon, the names given to the many authors who wrote for Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, because there's such a huge influence on people,
Sure.
huge influence on me. I loved them growing up. So we're doing a program on some programs on site on Friday for them, and then some slightly different programming on Saturday at the public library, which is about 12 to 15-minute walk downtown. And it's going to be open to the public so that people who aren't registered for Bouchercon get a little taste of Bouchercon. And we're going to have a panel there with several authors talking about the childhood influences on their writing. That includes Charlene Harris, who's going to be talking about her love of Nancy Drew. Um, and we're kind of a little history on who wrote those under those names. And we're also having a very short keynote by Harley Jane Kozak,
It
who's
was
an
great.
actress and author. So, and she loved Nancy Drew growing up. So they'll be talking about sort of how those things influenced their lives.
Wow.
Those
And
authors
you,
had a huge influence on so many people.
I'm sure, and you had Matt Coyle's doing a golf outing, correct?
Matt Coyle's doing a golf outing. There's some optional tours about to be released. Very limited seating, but very fun. We've got a La Jolla tour related to Raymond Chandler
Oh,
that
fun.
local author Corey Feynman's going to be doing. So he's great, and he does research on Raymond Chandler, so he's going to show people La Jolla. That's where Raymond Chandler lived at the end of his life and where he died. They're going to visit his grave. So it's going to be quite
Wow.
fun. There's lots of stuff going on. I almost can't believe we're doing so much.
But in the meantime, not everybody has to go and do everything. They
No.
can certainly pick and choose and take their time, enjoy San Diego, enjoy the multitude of things going on just in the hotel alone, and the fine cuisine out there too,
Oh,
because
yeah, we're right next to the Gaslamp Quarter, which has so many restaurants and bars. There are 2 pools at our hotel that are amazing, and of course, they're right next to the water. The boats are right there. We've gotten a small discount on the harbor tours and on some of the local
oh,
museums.
wonderful.
There's a hop on, hop off trolley. They call it a trolley. It's a bus that looks like a trolley. And it comes right to our hotel as one of the 11 stops. So you can
Oh,
literally, and
fabulous.
they do a little talk as they go, so you can know, oh, here's that, and here's this,
Oh,
and then
that's nice.
you can
For
hop
to get
off,
outside
do
and,
something,
do what you
and
wanna
then
do.
hop back on the next time a trolley comes by that stop, and it'll be
And
fun.
so I wanna ask you this, who is our charity or who are our charities this year?
We have 2 really great ones. So, because Southern California is really San Diego and LA, I mean, we're the only thing that separates us is our Marine base in Oceanside, Camp Pendleton. Otherwise, we're a big, great urban area. Um, so, because LA, Orange County, San Diego, boom, we're all
Right,
here. So I
right.
decided to choose a charity from San Diego and from LA. LA, we're doing 826 LA, which is, of course, a charity that talks about creative writing for kids. And they do free tutoring for kids. They even do little anthologies of kids' stories. Their most
Oh,
recent one is mysteries.
oh,
So
good.
that's really cute, and, they're going to be there, and then we have Traveling Stories, which is a very small, very worthy charity in San Diego. It started off by bringing reading, promotion for kids at farmers markets, but during the pandemic, they actually started doing free tutoring online so that you could have Zoom sessions with a person who would help encourage you to read. And then they give prizes and things out to kids if they
Oh,
read a certain
wonderful.
amount of stuff. And they're just a lovely little charity, very small, and they really could use the help. So,
Oh, that's
unlike some
wonderful.
charities that have big budgets, their budget tiny, and we're
Yeah.
going to help them.
So, what do you wanna tell everyone as your final message before the swarm invades San Diego?
The swarm. I'm welcoming that swarm.
I know you are.
There's so much we have to do still, but I'm really looking forward to it. What do I want to tell you guys? I want to tell you that San Diego is going to be amazing. It's America's finest city, and we're bringing America's finest mystery, suspense, thriller, crime convention to it. And I think the combination is going to be amazing. I'm so looking forward to seeing everyone. I want to get pictures with everybody there.
There
Uh,
you go.
I wanna be able to celebrate and to remember it, and I want you to be there celebrating with me.
There you go. Kim Keeline, you are the mistress with the mostest. I am thrilled that you came to talk to me today, and I look forward to seeing you and come be my first guest in the media room.
I would love that. Thank you.
All right. Where should everybody go again to find out everything they need to know about Bouchercon 2023?
Bouchercon2023.com.
There you go. Thank you so much, Kim, and I'll see you at the conference.
Yeah, see you.